Welcome to the fucking show.
Welcome to the show, have a seat, my nigga, recline back. Real niggas making this.
Welcome to Acquired Taste Media Podcast. You know who it is, SOE Cash Cow. And I'm here with two of my beautiful baddies, my Nubian queens. To my left here, I got my girl, Risha. Risha, what's going on with you?
Man, it's been a day, but I'm here.
And what is it? Indigo Empress, right?
Yes, it is.
Indigo Empress on Instagram.
Original
Indigo
Empress.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
And to my right,
Period.
I got my got my girl Asia Latrice.
Yes.
Love and Light.
Love
Just
and
came
Light.
back from the motherland out there in Egypt.
It was amazing.
Said it was amazing.
Yeah, it was a great trip.
Ah, that's what's up. Glad to have you back. Glad you was able to get back with us. So, how'd you enjoy your trip? Your trip was good.
Yeah, it was great. I got to go to the pyramids, ride some camels, did a Nile River cruise ride, in a day and at night. It was absolutely amazing. Brought back some sand, some Nile water. It was amazing.
And now
Oh, yeah, she brought us some Nile water. Yeah, she brought us some Nile water.
I got some Nile water too. That
Appreciate
Nile
Some
run
chunks of the pyramid, you know.
in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
All the water, everything going the opposite direction out there.
Mhm.
Kind of freaky.
Can't drink the water. No.
She said, "When no Bel Air out there, shit, out of it."
You gotta take your liquor
I
or
don't
buy it at the airport
fuck.
before you get on the plane to Egypt. Cause they got a liquor kiosk. You know,
Oh, yeah.
definitely bought me some Hennessy, you know.
Oh, they had some hen out there for you.
Yeah, a little overpriced, but it was still good.
That shit was probably
Not out in
strong.
Egypt, before we got to Egypt. You know that JFK airport, you can buy liquor before you get on the plane to Egypt.
Right.
Oh,
So, and you can drink on the plane. Like it was 10 hours. Like,
I was just about to ask you that.
whew, 10 hours,
How was
11
that?
and a half coming back. Oof,
Yeah, man.
oof.
Right.
And that's not even including your trip from JFK to Cleveland. Oof.
So be prepared. Gotta fly if you're trying to get to Egypt.
Real.
But it's worth it.
Yes, 100% worth it.
Getting that experience and everything.
Yes.
So.
So did they have a huge plane where it was like 2-3 levels to that joint? Or
No, it was just one long plane.
Okay.
Egypt Air. It's only one plane you get out there and get on.
Egypt there. That's it.
Egypt Air.
That's it. That's all you can
Amazing.
ride.
They give you food. They give you breakfast and dinner.
Yeah, 10 hours.
Yeah, they better, right?
Right. I appreciate it.
Movies, right?
'Cause I know that ticket was.
I think
I
the
know that
seats could
ticket
have been
was
a
expensive.
little bit more comfortable. Unless you was in first class, you know, like business class, you got the seats that lay all the way out like a bed.
Yeah, that's where you want to be
Back
on that
in
type of trip.
regular class,
Right,
it's like
right.
regular seats.
And
So
like 10 hours, like.
yeah, yo.
Now you
But
gotta
it was
go
a
to
great
business.
trip. I think everybody should go. Everybody should experience it for
You
sure.
might have to just invest in that little upgraded expense for that trip. That's like you said, it's a nice little trip. But
Yeah, well,
do
me
it,
and my
do it.
good sister Kim, we are starting a travel agency, so we will be taking trips to Egypt
Okay.
starting next year. So if y'all want anyone's interested, holla at your girl, hit us on the inbox. We'll give you the information for sure.
All right. So let's get down to business.
Yes.
Let's talk about a couple
Juicy
things
stuff
today.
tonight.
So first, we'll get to some other stuff, the Drake and Kendrick stuff later. I'm gonna drop a couple bars on that. Y'all don't have to really talk about that. But first, we're gonna talk about the young man who was getting his hair braided and at school by the young ladies. Now, if you've seen the video, you know it's pretty much just his class braiding his, actually unbraiding his hair. He said that he told them if they got good marks on their STEM test or some type of test, that he would let them unbraid their hair. So I guess they got good grades. They're unbraiding their hair. Have it posted on TikTok, and because he's a TikTok influencer.
Yeah.
Now they said that the parents know about the children doing the TikToks with him and everything, and they're cool with that. So there's no violation with that.
It's touching him.
But people is just about, people are, there's some people who are like, hey, nothing's wrong with that. Then there's some people who are like, you're out of line. So yeah, at this point in time, his job is on the line. Because they said the next day that they came to school, all the children had to write statements about what happened.
Wow.
So yeah, his job, he may be losing his job, unfortunately. But how do you guys feel about the situation?
That's interesting.
Asia, you said that you had something that you said you felt some type of way about it.
If you know, It's interesting because in our society now, like black men are targeted for anything. Like it's unfortunate because I watched another teacher who was heavily involved with his students. I didn't see any physical interaction with him and the students, but he knew his students, like the whole school knew this one particular teacher, and he's like the music teacher. He had locks. And he was very well known within the school. Now, it seemed like this young man had the same kind of rapport in that school. The kids appreciated him. They saw he needed his hair taken out, and they took his hair out. I get it was on school grounds. I get how parents can feel uncomfortable because with all this weird shit going on in the country, all this pedophilia shit, I can understand why parents is in a more uproar now. They have a reason to be scared now. It's not like how it was when we grew up. So I get it 100%. But him losing his job, he shouldn't lose his job. Like them kids are gonna be the ones that's gonna lose out. You know what I mean? Because of the impact that he's making. Like for children to even feel comfortable enough to even do that and to be put on social media, it's saying something about that young man. You know what I'm saying? And he was honest about it. He wasn't lying. He wasn't trying to hide shit. Now it'd be something different if he did the shit and he didn't record it. That would have been a whole nother issue. But him being honest, him being confident, because all these teachers is doing that right now. They're posting themselves with their students to show that they care about these kids. And now that somebody cares about these kids, they want to kick them out of school. It's all a part of just what, it's another thing that you said on another reel about the young lady talking about how the schools ain't teaching our kids shit. And that's true. They don't want our kids to really succeed. And it's sad because now this young man might be taken out of school for no reason, who can probably impact our children's lives to make them be the best they can be. And all over him just getting his hair taken out. And I think it's the physical part of it. It's the physical contact. You know, that's what everybody's in an uproar about. It's just crazy the way this world thinks. And what we put so much emphasis on. When y'all got motherfuckers over there bombing people for no fucking reason. But y'all want to talk about this young man. Like, they blew him up. Like, he was on every feed I saw today.
All right.
That's how I feel.
Okay, Aisha. Okay, I hear you. I see you turned up.
I feel some kind of way.
She felt some kind of way about it. I hear you. I feel you. I respect it. Risha, where you at with it?
I'm torn in between two different perspectives when it comes to this, because like one side of me, as somebody who teaches parenting, you know, the one thing that we often tell, you know, our parents is like, you know, when you standing up and you got your arms crossed and you got a little baby that's sitting down and you looking over them, it's a sign of authority. And so kids can't actually, it's hard for them to come into themselves when somebody is always over them, directing them. You know what I'm saying? They never feel like they have the ability to act out at, you know, or express themselves. Like, okay, if I want to play with something, do you have to control that all the time? Do you have to be the one to say, here, take this? Or are you going to give me the opportunity to be the one to make that choice? So I say all that because I feel like this teacher has the mindset of being personable with his students. You know what I'm saying? So that they can feel comfortable with coming to him, not outside of, you know what I'm saying, education. Because they have so much going on when they leave at school, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like he's like wanting to put himself in a position, not necessarily like I'm your friend, but more of a position like somebody I can trust you, you know what I'm saying? Like if I need to come and express something to you, I'm comfortable with talking to you, you know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that's where he wanted to place himself in his students' lives, you know? And so that interaction was just more of a comfortability, more of like, hey, I love you. You know what I'm saying? We family more than anything. So a part of me is like, this is cultural. You know what I'm saying? More than anything.
Yeah.
But then the other side of me is like, this is a professional.
That's what I'm saying.
This is your profession.
Yeah.
And so you have to just be mindful of the fact that there's restrictions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There is guidelines
Boundaries.
and boundaries, thank you, that you you can't necessarily cross. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to consider,
to.
as much as you want to, because you have to consider other people's reaction. But with you saying like the parents was cool, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't in violation. They knew ahead of time. So that means he took the time to be like, hey, I'm letting y'all know this is what happened. And their parents agreed. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, and that's the problem with this country, because you're supposed to own your kids. They supposed to be yours. But unfortunately, they are owned by, you know, the state or whatever. When they're in that school environment, they're no longer your child. You know what I'm saying? So although the parents agree, like, why is that not being considered? You know what I'm saying? Why are they still looking at it like, oh, well, you got to write a statement. This is ground. You know what I'm saying?
Make sure nothing else is going on
when
with
nothing
girls.
was violated, the girls wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And so I looked at the video, and you're right, physical. The chick that was talking, she made it about, you know, touching him, and then she mentioned something about the girl feeling like she desired him, and it's like, what are you know what I'm saying? Why does it have to go there?
And he should have stopped that. He should have corrected them when they started talking in that manner.
But were they? I don't think they were. I don't think that we're talking that. I think that's just was the perception of the person who looked at the video, because she started talking about how it's possible for them girls to want to desire to teach.
I don't think it was no audio
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I guess. Okay.
But how we don't know them girls they want to go to hair school?
Yeah.
That was practice.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
why do we make it automatically
sexual,
like sexual
or pedophilia, or he doing something with these girls, or he need to lose his job, he's toxic. Like this attack on a black man.
Yeah, so I can't say I don't feel like it was totally wrong. I get his approach, but you know, he had to, you know, he missed it in that, you know, he had to be just aware of, you know, of the times that we're in and how people would perceive that.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, I feel he was totally wrong, flat out. He was out of line with the hair braiding thing. In my opinion, when I send my child to school, I expect for them to be learning. When they're not learning, I don't expect them to be braiding hair. They need to be doing some arts and crafts or something other than braiding hair.
That's the end of the school year.
Listen, he wasn't braiding hair.
Well,
he ran into a situation where he was about to get his hair braided, and
well, we can't say he was allowed. We're just saying because he just told him to do that. I'm not saying that he sent home a note saying, "Hey, I'm gonna get my hair unbraided."
No, I don't even think he told them. I think they offered because he said he needed to unbraid his hair before he went to his hair appointment.
It don't matter. No,
I don't condone it either. I don't think it was appropriate, but I get it.
As a male. In that type of situation, you have a bunch of young ladies around you unbraiding your hair. And like the one lady was saying, exactly, like the one lady was saying, you don't know what these young ladies are thinking.
Yeah.
Okay? But one of them could be, or two of them or three of them could be thinking some old, you know, something more than what it is.
Yeah.
Now, of course, he can say, you know, of course, hopefully nothing would ever happen, but even in that, you putting yourself in a position for something to happen. One of them young ladies could say that he said something inappropriate.
Yeah.
And once again, now you're putting yourself in a position. So all around, in my opinion, I have a daughter, and I would definitely, if this was to happen, if I was to ever see my daughter doing something like this, and it looked like they were in junior high school or something, I would definitely
junior high.
I would definitely have a instant attitude. But I mean, personally, I would never agree with them being on TikTok or anything of that nature either.
But and that's something that's been going on.
I would have been like, nah, we can't. Nope, ain't no TikTok. No, you can't have my daughter on TikTok. But see, I think it's probably certain kids that can do the TikTok. Probably not all the kids that he teaches can do the TikTok. You feel me? So, in my opinion, it was just a bad decision. Especially, you know, whether it was live or in person. It was just a bad decision. And, you know, you just have to make better decisions than that, especially as a young black man trying to be successful out here. I understand you're trying to be personal with your children, with the kids and things of that nature. That's why you start an after-school program. That's why you get you a nonprofit organization or something of that nature, where you can really, you know, be a part of the community. But you can't do that type of stuff on on government grounds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Point I'm making.
you're on government grounds, bro.
Right. This
Like,
ain't
you're not
your
at
spot.
home.
Like,
You're
Right.
not at the,
These
yeah,
big
you're not at
shows.
the park. Yeah.
Right. So, you know what I mean? Like,
You're
the
in the
government.
classroom, sitting at your desk
Chilling,
while they're
like,
doing your.
it
While they
looked
doing,
like he
and
don't-
you're eating an orange, like you're eating cuties and shit.
I ain't gonna lie, it didn't look like he gave a fuck.
No.
I
No,
just
he
gonna
didn't
keep it
because
buck.
he didn't think nothing of it.
Right.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's just like, yo,
It's-
I just felt like, nah, my kid could definitely be doing something other than unbraiding your motherfucking hair, bro.
I think, you know what I'm saying, but that's just it. For
What
me,
the fuck, bro?
it has everything to do.
Wait, whoop his ass, yo, shit.
They need to pick up a book or something.
Right,
Okay.
you was doing what in class?
You do extra
Oh
credit.
shit, I'm on my way up there.
Right.
This nigga talk about you unbraiding this. Oh, who got to whoop this
Yeah,
nigga
that's
ass?
a-
What is he doing?
I agree.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
It comes down to intention, but you are absolutely
As a
right.
father, I'm talking this from the perspective of a dad. Hell no.
Yeah.
You ain't, not my daughter. She don't even unbraid hair at her own motherfucking house. What the fuck she like unbraid your
So do we know if they really sent like permission slips to the parents and
From
stuff?
what I heard, they sent, he has permission to put them on TikTok and stuff.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? For them to do TikToks. Like I said, I didn't see any other TikToks but this one. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So I don't know what other TikToks they done did.
That wouldn't even be considered. I don't know what they want for TikTok. Like that's considered TikTok. Like I don't.
That's a
Somebody
TikTok.
getting their hair unbraided is
Yeah,
TikTok.
that's a with the kids and the kids laughing and smiling and giggling and I'm just like y'all mother boy, I swear to God. If that was one of my daughters, I would have hit the motherfucking ceiling. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No,
I'd be like,
I
who
get that.
what
Like
the-
that's a whole nother.
It's you. And then the mama, I probably would have, because we ain't together. So the mama would have been like, I gave her permission to be on. What the fuck you man? Hell no, get my daughter on Red Bull. No, I'm just playing. You know how shit go. You know how shit go.
Right. Well, that's fair. That's fair.
You know how she go. You know how she go.
But once again, I don't condone men getting. I don't want them to get fired. I'm not gonna say I want them to get fired. You know what I'm saying? They'll leave me.
He
Not
needs
saying
like a
I'm getting
probation.
fired.
Or
Yeah, give them a probation, give them a warning.
Yeah,
Tell them don't do that shit no more. Tell them don't let them girls touch him.
Yeah.
Period. Don't let them girls, bro. You gotta be.
Touching is off limits.
Right,
Yeah,
there has to be
you
some type
already
of
know that.
structure and some type of discipline, bro. You can't let them touch you,
Ain't
bro.
that in the handbook though? That would be in your hiring handbook, nigga. Don't let the two students touch you, or that's a lawsuit.
Right, period. Like, cause she let her ass come back and say something that you done said some shit. And some
Right,
shit
like
didn't
that's
happen,
all
nigga.
you need, and you're not. That's not the reputation you're trying to build, brother. You're trying to do some great work, so you have to continue
the
doing
right
it.
way.
And you have to do it the right way. That's
Yeah.
all we're saying.
Mhm.
Oh Lord.
It's funny because you mentioned something about when we was in school. Man, what? That was off the chain. For
Man,
real.
they had fucking paddles and shit. They
No,
was
but
able
no,
to
I
whoop
ain't talking about
us.
that. It was definitely people doing things with the teachers.
Oh, for sure.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
And
people
then-
still are
Oh.
doing shit with the teachers. They just ain't found
What
out
I'm
about
saying,
yet.
like
Everybody
over
doing
the
something to
years,
nowadays.
like-
yeah, over the years, it just started coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Like people ain't quiet no more. Niggas
Yeah.
can't keep secrets. Everybody now like,
Niggas
yeah,
definitely can't keep
I fuck Miss Crabtree. Yeah, we got it in.
Speaking of schools, though, we gonna stay in the schools today. So, I don't know if you seen the one young man who smacked the teacher. Y'all didn't see the man who smacked the teacher?
No.
I think he smacked her twice.
Oh, it's a boy that smacked the woman teacher?
White woman teacher too.
Oh.
So
He was black?
What she
Mhm.
say?
Oh,
Did she
no,
say nigga?
no.
Oh no, they charged him. They charged him as an adult.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They charged him as an adult.
Yes,
Oh,
they did.
And
Yeah. I know
I'm
they
trying to
did.
find the post, but they charged him as an
Did
adult.
she say nigga?
So my thing is,
Why he smack her?
Why did he smack her though?
it don't matter. No, it don't matter.
Nobody
You
cares
know it
about
don't
that.
Right.
You know it
Nobody
don't matter,
cares
but we're
why he
curious.
smacked her.
Because
He could have called her mama a crackhead.
Right,
With your crackhead mama.
What prom?
Bitch! You don't know my mama?
Man, what prom?
That's why you ain't got no daddy. She could have said anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm quite sure she could have definitely said anything.
Lord, what she said to that
Gave
boy.
him the right to do it.
Damn.
That's man. That's
I'm trying to find the post itself.
Slap the woman. You sent me some scary shit. That shit scared me when that girl was sleepwalking. She was standing out the door and that motherfucker crept out.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Fucking heart skipped 50
All right, so look.
I never been so scared.
Supreme Court votes to charge teen captured on video slapping his teacher as an adult, allegedly assaulting another teacher as well. So I think he slapped two bitches on that motherfucker that day. He wasn't feeling that shit. Bop! What the fuck you? Bop! Went to another classroom, was like, you know what? I'm just in the slapping mood.
Oh my gosh.
Look, this shit is
Wow.
this is unfortunate.
It is.
It is.
How old is he?
This is the school to prison pipeline. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is definitely speeding up the school to prison pipeline.
Yeah, you about to. Man.
Now, I actually had a meeting with one of my mentees. Is that what you call them?
Mm-hmm.
It was it was mom, a couple other people on the call, but we were talking about him being able to go to the next grade.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're like, yo, nigga has all F's. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe a couple D's. And even the teachers is like, well, D's is passing. Like, look, like, nah, we want him to, to stay back. Now, this young man, he has cussed out every female teacher in the school. Like, and some teachers don't even let him in their class. Like, you're not even allowed in my classroom no more. As well as, right now, he only deals with the male teacher in the school, and the male is not even a teacher; he's a caseworker. So he has to sit with the caseworker all day because he can't go to any of the classes because he can't. He just has no respect for women, no respect for himself. Just a very out of control team, and I'm saying that to say this is their way because he's gonna fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And when you do that, and when they charge you as an adult, they gonna smack you with a felony.
Man.
It might be a felony 5, but that felony 5 is gonna follow you for the rest of your life. Especially if it's a felony, it's gonna follow you. You could try to get it expunged, but even if it's expunged, if they want to find it, they can. They can see that it was expunged. They can see that you had something on your record. So at this point in time, do you guys think that they should be charging these children as adults? You think that's fair, or should they still be charged as children?
No, I think it depends on what they're doing. And I mean, of course, yeah, walking up to somebody smacking them is what they consider assault, but he didn't kill you. Did you die? I'm just saying, did you
Why
die?
did he slap you? Like,
Yeah, that's the
what you
first
say to
thing.
him?
But my thing is always when stuff like this happens, it's just like, what happened to you, young man? What happened to you? Where's his mom? Where is his foundation? Where is his support? Where is his family? Like, what happened to this young man that brings him to so much anger where he just mad and just smacking people? You know what I'm saying? Like, and so that's the thing. We so quick to put people in jail instead of getting down to the root of why did he
once
do
again,
this.
but that's what they do for us.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's a black boy, and we're the ones who are actually putting these environments to unfortunately, I could tell you off top he ain't got no daddy at home. I can tell you like that. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
He ain't got no daddy at home.
It's crazy because he ain't got no daddy at home, but he works with the case manager and
I'm not talking about this. Ain't the same guy.
the little boy.
Yeah.
Right?
No, you talking about case managers?
No, you said.
I'm talking about that was one of my people. That was somebody personal.
Okay, yeah. So the thing is this, like, if he's raised by his mom, she gotta be doing something terribly wrong because why is he smacking women?
Well, because a lot of these young men don't have any respect for their moms. Like I said, this young man I'm talking about doesn't have any respect for his mother. So therefore, no other woman has a chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
And these young men are growing up with no respect for their moms because their moms didn't put their foot in their ass. I'm gonna keep it like that. They didn't kick their ass like they were supposed to.
That's real.
This young lady, the young man is only 14. He still can get an ass whooping.
Oh,
And she not touching him. She won't touch him. She act like touching him. She's scared. She's scared of CPS and all other bullshit. And I'm like, look, I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta make sure mine is gonna stay on the straight and narrow. And if I feel as though that's an ass whooping, then that's what he's gonna get.
He's gonna get it. It's gonna feel good to him. And he's gonna come back and give me a hug and say, "I love you, Mom. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
And isn't it just at the same time, like,
I'm sorry.
isn't it
I'm
just
sorry.
amazing that these kids have been given this power, if you will, to be like, if you hit me, I'm calling the people. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never
that
think
shit
of
is crazy to me.
what?
I wish you would. I'm gonna pack your bag for you.
Yes.
Little
Oh,
motherfucker.
sure.
Well,
Go
see,
right
what this-
ahead.
Call CPS on
Yeah.
me.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
'cause
wish
they
you
don't
would.
call.
I wish
They
you
don't
would
really
dial
call.
911 on me, brother.
You said they don't call?
No, they don't really call. What a lot of times what happens is they go to school and that's why you have to tell the parents how to do it. You gotta tell them like body blows. You feel me? To the
Yes.
body.
Seriously.
You know
That's what you
I'm
do.
saying? Then
Seriously.
you don't abuse your child. You know what I'm saying? You don't need 100
Whips.
lashes.
Lashes
You know what I'm
and
saying?
shit be all
Give 'em-
red and
right. Give 'em a
left up
couple-
when he go to school and the
Soon as
teacher
they-
like, oh my God, you're being abused.
Exactly. As soon as they start really crying, as soon as you take it from that first cry to that next cry,
Yep.
then you good. You don't have to
You
continue
don't have to
going.
keep going.
Right, just you got that next cry. All right, you hear him, he hear you, he feel you. All right, you take it down,
Right.
and then you talk to them. You let them know what's going on. You let them know the reason that you got your ass whooped is
Yeah.
because you did wrong,
this, exactly.
and you have to suffer a consequence
Yep.
every single
Every
time. Every time you do something wrong in life, you suffer a consequence. If you're not teaching your children that,
Yeah.
that's why they're going out here smacking teachers.
Yeah.
Okay, because they feel as though they can do what the fuck they want to do, and they don't have to suffer any consequences for it.
Yep.
Man.
And now he's going straight to jail because he got to suffer a consequence for it, and because you didn't instill in him that there's consequences. Now he has to, figure it out, find out the hard way, which is a felony. And if they give him one, like I said, his life is going to be a little bit more harder than everybody else's, unfortunately. So, and like I said, I feel like this is what they're going to start doing. Because I've seen too many posts of children beating and fighting teachers. Like, period. Like, and once again, like we just said, this is government property, bro.
That's
So
the part.
once again, you want to smack teachers? We charge you as a fucking adult. Nothing you can say about it. Go ahead and take this time and keep it moving since you want to smack teachers. And at the same time, like I said, I already know it's going to be it's always going to be a difference between black and white.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but like you say, our kid, it's going to have to start at home. We have to start teaching these kids, and whipping their ass. Like we just have to start whipping their ass. Like I don't know what else to tell y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. Once again, I'm not saying abuse them. I'm saying discipline, structure. That shit is important, man. And if you don't teach your kids that as a single mother, as a single father, as a single parent, period, then you're gonna be in for a hard time.
Yeah.
Unnecessary time.
That's real unfortunate.
Unnecessary energy.
Real unfortunate. But you're absolutely right about the school to jail pipeline. Because you can just look at the structure of the school itself and see how much it resembles the prison.
Well, just think about it. Prison is a government institution. Jail is, school is a government institution.
Yeah.
They're both government institutions.
Yeah. Well, that's why a lot of people doing homeschooling now.
Listen, I was just talking to my father about that shit. I swear to God about that shit today.
Man.
Like, look, I think I had to homeschool my son for a couple of years, man, because they ain't teaching these kids shit.
No, they're not.
And these kids are so bad that they're stopping other kids from learning.
Yeah.
So you got a room full of 20 kids, and 3 of them non-stop fucking around, and you all whole time stop playing, stop doing that. I'ma call your mama, stop that, stop doing that, stop call your mama, stop doing that. Your kid in that bitch like, well fuck, I'm about to start kicking it too. Like, shit, I ain't learning shit, this motherfucker. Shit, you keep fucking with them.
Yeah, man.
And then no sooner than your kid do some shit, then your kid get in trouble. Fuck the other 3 kids. Well, he like, shit, I'm talking because everybody else in this bitch talking. Why you get mad at me? So so that's why I'm like, I'm gonna take my son. I'm gonna take my son up out of there for a couple of years and just homeschool him and make sure he's above average. You know what I'm saying? Shit, he going to the 3rd grade. I gotta make sure this nigga's on reading in 5th grade, 6th grade level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't, and like I said, I'm not taking anything from teachers. I know there are teachers out there that care and that are doing things, but like I said. You got a class and you got 2 or 3 assholes in that bitch fucking up all the time. These kids are not getting the education that they deserve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Period.
Yeah. It's also something that you gotta pretty much instill in your kids early, because I can only speak from my experience with my youngest son, right? My youngest son 15. But off the rip, I was telling him I told him what school was. I'm like, well, this is indoctrination. You just doing what you need to do in order to get these good grades. You gonna have to play. You have to run this system because this is a system. But no, you know, especially when he would come back and talk to me about history and stuff like that and Christopher Columbus, I used to tell him, yeah, that's what they're telling you, but this is what's happening. You know what I'm saying? This is the truth,
Right,
you know.
truth, right.
And so his approach is like he know. And he go in there killing because he know, like, I'm just doing this to operate in this system. You know what I'm saying? So he's an honor roll student and stuff like that. It took him one whooping. You know what I'm saying? To be like, man, I ain't trying to ever feel that again. You know what I'm saying? And get himself together. And so that's the part you gotta teach him at home. You know what I'm saying? You can't depend on the system to do everything for your child. No.
Teach him at home. You
gotta teach him at home. So I get the whole homeschooling thing. You know, it's just that my son enjoys sports, but when that pandemic stuff jumped, I was like, man, hey, I can teach you. We can learn here. You know what I'm saying? But he enjoyed the camaraderie and stuff like that. You know, so I allowed him to go back into it. But he's the type of kid where he ain't gonna hang around no mess. You know what I'm saying? He gonna go into class. I'm gonna tell you a story. In his 8th grade year, he knew he was about to get into this class. He was like, "Ma, is it possible for you to get me transferred into the same class as just a different period? Because it's some kids in this class that is rambunctious as hell, basically, and they're gonna be distracting to my education." This is what he told me. Like, can you call the? I was mad as hell because I called the principal and was like, yeah, let me can you change him? He's like, not comfortable with a couple of a group of students in that classroom, and he basically wants to do what's best for his education. You know what I'm saying? And be in the best environment. That's gonna help him learn. This black woman, I can't do that. I need a list of the kids he talking about. I'm like, if it's a PWI though, or that's a college, but if it's an all-white school, these kids able to come in and request what they want, you know what I'm saying, and they get it. And so that's why a lot of times our kids grow up in these environments where they feel like they don't have the say-so because as kids they didn't have a right to choose for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's a balance. It's a dance that you gotta have a good balance. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we were shut down as kids. We couldn't express ourselves. Like, shut up! I'm talking right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that to my kids. I give them the space to express themselves. I correct them. You know what I'm saying? Well, okay, I understand you feel that way, but know this. You know what I'm saying? But I at least give them that space to be able to express themselves because they people too. You know what I'm saying?
They're people, but
they're immature. They're not. They don't understand yet, but they still developing.
So did they end up changing that classroom?
No, he tested out of it and got moved anyway.
What you mean tested out of it?
He
did better than everybody.
He did better than the class, so they put him into an advanced class.
Right. See, so boom, that was good. But see, that, in my opinion, I wouldn't have got him out that class. No. I would have said, okay, nigga, deal with it. So what, they rambunctious, and like in life, you're not gonna be able to just call and make changes. Like you gotta learn how to deal with things, especially as a man. As a black man, it's a lot of shit you're gonna have to deal with that you ain't gonna be able to change, bro. So I'm not saying what you did wasn't right, because as a mom, that's what you were supposed to do. Hey, nigga, my son is showing concern, so let me address this concern. And as a father, I might have did the same thing just because my son came to me and addressed the concern. But once again, on the other hand, I do feel like, because I tell my son, it's like, nigga, sometimes you have to deal with shit that you don't want to deal with. And you just have to figure it out. That's it.
And the reason why I brought that up is because it's like you were saying, it's an influence. You know what I'm saying? It's kids.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Everybody in the class.
It's definitely an influence.
You know what I'm saying? And so you're right in that, he has to learn to not be influenced by what everybody else is doing and still stand 10 toes down, you know what I'm saying, do what he got to do in the class. But also, I'm supposed to be in school to learn. Why do I have to deal with all these distractions?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Shit, we know that's everywhere. Cause
right.
When you get a motherfucking job, you gotta deal with motherfucking distractions, okay?
Yeah.
So I mean, throughout life, you gotta deal with motherfucking distractions, unfortunately. But no, like I said, he bringing it up is just to show maturity in him. Like, look, I don't even want to be dealing with these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Shit, they be on some bullshit.
That's my job all the time. No.
They be on some trash.
Right. But yeah, man, the school system is an indoctrination system that just want to keep you pretty much dumbed down. And nowadays, that's like the video you sent about that woman said that they just passing these kids. That's real. That's really real.
Yeah.
I got a friend who's heavy in Florida, Tallahassee right now. He's an educator and he teaches students how to get high grades, and he's a tutor. He teaches them, how to get good high grades in SAT and ACT scores. And he even, tutors some college students for I think it's called a GDR or something like that, but the graduation test. And he be telling me about how, his kid, like he get the kids and, he do an assessment, and these kids are kids with honor roll and stuff like that. And then when he do his assessment for their tutoring, they don't know for real. They're like, how did you get a 4.2? And I'm teaching you simple stuff so you can pass this test, and you're not comprehending it.